Mark here, and in this video we're going to show you how easy it is to register your domain name through your GVO account. As you can see right here on the left hand side, right towards the top, under your unlimited web hosting panel, you're going to see a button or a link, domain registration. Simply click on domain registration. When that happens, you'll see another window that pops up. It says click here to register your domain name. Now, if you do not have a domain name, go ahead and click here. If you do have a domain name, you can click here and go directly to your web hosting manager. And you may also want to watch the Change Your DNS video, which is right under the domain registration. But we're going to assume that you do not have a domain name, so you're going to click on that. And you'll notice another window pops up, and what we have is kiosk domain registration, kiosk.ws domain registration. Now, if you do not have an account already, when you check for your domain name or to see if one is available, you will need to create an account. Now, we're going to go right through the account creation process and everything for you like we don't have an account. So the first thing you want to do is you'll see right here, start domain search. We're going to type in a domain that we want. And I'm going to search for mygvobroadcast.com, which is available. Now, I want to stop right here for a second and talk to you about domain registrations. Very, very important in today's society with the internet world that you always try to get yourname.com or even yourname.us or .net nowadays is very popular. Also, grab all of your children's names if you have it, of course. For $14.95 a year, you can't beat it. You also want to do some brainstorming here and think of different domains in the niche that you might be working in online. So if it's the health niche, try to get yourself an arsenal of domains that are automatically stored in your domain registration here. And the reason being is down the road, if you always have some domains available, when you promote anything, you'll have a domain ready, whether you use a URL redirect, a URL frame, which we'll show you in future videos, or use it as your primary hosting account. So we found that my domain that we did a search for is available. We're going to register just .com right now. I highly recommend that you always register .net along with it. We're going to add to cart and proceed. And you'll see we do not have an account set up yet. So what I'm going to do is pause the video real quick while I set up an account, and then I'll come right back to you. Alright, so you can see I filled out all the information and just clicked the next button, and we're about ready to check out with our domain name. You can see that it automatically defaults to 2 years. I highly recommend you do that. You can also change it to 1 year up to 5 years. If you're using your own name, I certainly recommend that you register it for as long as possible, as long as you can afford it. Click the continue button as you scroll down through. And you can see when we hit the continue button, our shopping cart comes up here, and we have the domain name mygvobroadcast.com chosen for 1 year. You can see it right here with the total price $15.13. That's because of taxes and whatnot. You can do add-ons to this. If you want to make this private so that when someone does a whois lookup, it will come up private, you can add that on for $12.99 a year. It also recommends that we add on mygvobroadcast.net and mygvobroadcast.org. You can just click on those if you'd like to do so. But now it's going to ask you for your payment details. You can either pay by credit card or PayPal, either one you choose. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video for just 1 second, check out, and then come right back to you. And one important thing to remember, folks, is there are 2 agreements that you need to check before you continue with your checkout. Now, I chose PayPal right here, kiosk, domain registration, universal terms and services. Make sure you check these 2 that you've read and agreed to the domain registration agreement and the terms of service above, and then you can click continue. And we chose to check out with PayPal, which we did, and after checking out with PayPal, it brings us up to this window to continue with checkout, which we're going to do. And you can see all of our information comes up for our account again, and we can continue with checkout. And this is also where you'll be updating your account for future login, folks, to control all of your domain registration. So it's very important that you fill everything out on this page, and then click continue with checkout. And you can see we clicked place our order after creating our new account, and it says thank you, gives us a confirmation. And there's a button right here that says log in here to begin using your products. You can also print a printable receipt right here if you'd like to, folks. Throw that in a notebook. So we're going to click here to log in and show you where your domains show up, and then bring you into the next video. So we've logged into our kiosk.ws domain registration page. Now we're in our own little personal back office, and you can see right here, if we click on domain names, my domain names, and the window pops up, and here is our domain names. And folks, if you have more than one, they're all right in here. And then in the next video, we're going to actually show you how to change the DNS. Now I want you to bear in mind one thing. Bear in mind, when you're registering domain names, we highly recommend that you use the link right from within GoGVO for two reasons. Number one, you don't need to change the DNS if you use kiosk.ws's domain registration from within GVO. Number two, all of your domains can be accessible right from your hosting panel within GVO, and you can control everything from one here because you registered your domain name through GVO's back office. So it's that simple to register a domain name through GVO.